Welcome back to the program. We'll take you live back to the WA Premier in Perth. He's confirmed there's been another death. This is the 4th death in WA, the 40th nationwide.
Of whom 2,755 were from the non-metropolitan region. WA now has 162 recovered cases, and we wish those people well. Today I can also announce that as part of our response in relation to the COVID-19 virus in the Kimberley, that we are opening a new dedicated COVID-19 clinic at Broome Hospital, opening on Wednesday. As of Saturday night, more than 240 COVID tests have been taken place in the Kimberley, 170 which were undertaken in Broome. So obviously it's appropriate that we now open a dedicated clinic at the Broome Hospital that will open on Wednesday and operate from 8:30 to 4 p.m. Monday, 7 days a week. Now, as announced last week, people in the Kimberley will now be eligible for a COVID-19 test if they have a fever or an acute respiratory illness. This is part of our step up in relation to the Kimberley, just to make sure that we've got good line of sight of any community-based transmission that may have occurred as a result of the cases that we confirmed for you last week. So in Broome, obviously they go to the COVID clinic. In other areas of the Kimberley, they can go to a WAX hospital, an Aboriginal Medical Service, or the Royal Flying Doctor Service to undertake those tests. As you can see from behind us, we're delighted to announce the arrival of a significant amount of PPE for WA's healthcare workers, our community workers, our disability workers, and our aged care workers. Everyone that's in a position where they may come in contact with people who are high-risk patients or high-risk contacts. This PPE has been landed by the Department of Health through some tireless efforts by the procurement team in the Department of Health, coupled with the great work that the Minderoo Foundation is doing to continue to secure more supplies for Western Australia. This means that our healthcare workers right across the state can have every confidence that they will have all the PPE necessary to protect themselves and to care for their patients. But it's not just people working in our public hospitals. This equipment will be used to back up our private hospital workers, make sure that our aged care workers, our community-based workers, our prison officers, everyone right across our system that is required to look after people who may have COVID-19 or are high-risk individuals can actually benefit from this $5.5 million investment by the government. There will obviously be more orders in the future. We are now starting to secure new pathways for supplies and new supply streams. And to provide you with further details in relation to that work, I'll just invite the Director General of Health, Dr. David Russell-Weiss, to say a few words.
Thanks, Minister. There is nothing more important than the safety of our staff and our patients. And thanks to the outstanding work of the procurement team, and these are people that you don't necessarily see every day, but they are essential to the safe care of our patients. And I'd like to acknowledge them. I've got Rosh behind me, who has worked tirelessly along with Justin and Leon and all the other staff that you see, getting this gear, bringing it to this warehouse, and it's for the staff of WA Health, the private providers and any other providers. We know that supply chains...
The health officials there, alongside the WA Premier Mark McGowan at that news conference, as well as the Health Minister Roger Cook, with the arrival of significant supplies of personal protective equipment for the medical workforce. And that news, the news we mentioned in this last 10 minutes or so, another death in WA. A man in his 80s has died, the 4th fatality in WA and the 40th nationwide.